So if you're looking for hikes to do in the Bay Area, this one's got to be on your list. And I bet you've never heard of it. It's a difficult hike that supposedly has 4 to 5 waterfalls on the loop. It's an 1,800-foot elevation gain and an 8-mile round trip. It says about 3 hours on all trails. Let's go put it to the test and see if the difficulty is true, and it says hard. I'm out here on a Sunday, sunny day, parking lot's full. Let's see how busy this trail actually is. All right, what's up, my travelers? So like I said, we're at the Waterfall Loop Trail in Mount Diablo. It's in the Walnut Creek area in California. Super underrated hike. There's some easy ones. It's a wide variety of trails out here. You'll see on all trails, it's kind of hard to choose. You just look up Mount Diablo State Park on all trails, and then it'll give you, you click on it in general, and then it'll give you the top 10 rated hikes. So the views so far are just insane. I would have never thought this was in the middle of the Bay Area. Everybody wants to go to San Francisco, all the water hikes by the ocean, but the views, look at that little like rock deposit, like a mountain over there. I don't even know what that is. And all trail says about 3 hours, but I don't think that's possible with me because I got my phone on the tripod right here and I just got crazy views like this. So naturally my photographer in me wants to go take pictures of that. So I got to keep pausing and resuming. So I'm going to try to keep it like a normal person who doesn't make content and track my time that way. Some quick stats on this hike. I was looking for something that was going to be challenging, but not too hard. I don't like hikes that just go straight up and then back down to the parking lot. So this hike kind of starts off with a little incline, goes down, a little more incline, goes down and more incline, and then back down to the parking lot. And then a little bit, probably more of an incline, just enough to finish you off and for a cool down at the end. Make sure that you stop at the visitor center when you park here. The parking lot was full. It was a Sunday. It's one of the only sunny days that we've had here in the Bay Area so far. And it is March 23rd. So everybody's taking advantage of it. But I'm guessing that there's not going to be too many people on the trail here, the one that I'm doing, because it's pretty hard. And everybody here doesn't look like they're packing in like me. And they're just going quickly with not really that prepared, it looks like. So you'll come to many yields and many intersections where you got to always refer back to the map. So like this. So as you see here, there's 3 different ways that you can go. So you always have to be referring back to your map, it looks like, at the beginning of the trail. Go to the visitor center. There's a QR code you could scan. It's a $6.50 day pass fee. And I talked to the nice ladies. There was 2 of them. They've both been working here as volunteers for 6 years. They're very knowledgeable. They made sure that I had good hiking shoes and a pack. And then they gave me a physical map as well. So you don't have to rely solely on all trails here. So it looks like this is the correct way to go at the Yield Culture Pine Trail. And you go up that way. And look, just when you're starting the hike, you might see some wildlife. Check out these deers. This place has already exceeded my expectations. This is absolutely insane. I'd be happy just to go back to my car right now, but I know there's more beauty ahead of me. And I'm trying not to yap so much, but I wonder how many people of the general public know the rules of if you're going on the incline of a hike, it gets kind of narrow. You see somebody coming down and you're going up, who stops to let the other person go? Normally you stop and move to the side to let one person go. I've always known that the person coming downhill stops, moves to the side, allows the person who's going up to keep going, because it's harder to get your momentum if you're climbing a steep hill. If you're going down, you're going with gravity and you're getting that help. I think that's right. And tell me if you think I'm underprepared or overprepared in what I put in my pack. So I've got Camelback. I think it's a 2-liter water reservoir. I've got a roll of toilet paper, 2 little black trash bags, just in case. I made lunch, meal prep. I'm trying to stay on a strict calorie deficit right now. That's another story. And I think that's about it. Oh, a bunch of, I got 2 different headphones in case one dies. I just always need my music. One thing I wish I had was a portable charger, because You need that music and those like motivational podcasts, I feel like, to help you get through that last little leg of the hard hikes. And of course, there's more yields. So I'm going to Eagle Peak Trail. Let's go this way, guys. And I'm already 30 minutes in, and I finally hear water. Man, I swear, I'm gonna take my headphones out so I can just listen. But it's nothing better than the sounds of like wind blowing, the trees moving, water flowing, and the birds chirping on a hike. So according to All Trails, this is waterfall number 1. I mean, technically the water is falling. It's more of a small cascade in a river. Oh, all right. 1 out of 5 is a bust. All right, one of the reasons why I love this hike so much is because you'll be going through like a canopy of trees, walking along the river, hearing it, and then boom, you get these breaks and you're just surrounded by green mountains. It truly is amazing here. And for the first time, I'm starting to have to hike on my toes. It's going to be a little bit more steep of an incline. 45 minutes in, let's go. I figured just get a nice jog in when I finally have a flat, even packed ground. Taking advantage of this easy part of the hike, trying to wrap this thing up a little bit. I like taking the opportunity when you have a downhill or a flat, easy part of the trail, get that nice little jog in. Some pluses to that is you get your heart rate up, so you get warm again. It was starting to get cold because it was starting to get easy. The sweat starts to get cold on your body. When the shadows are over you, they start to get even colder, and you want to keep your nice warm temperature. So I already see I have a kind of a crazy incline coming up. So I wanted to speed this trail up. It's the longest trail I've done in a really long time, so I'm kind of scared. Oh, lunch with a view. I packed myself potatoes, chicken, a bunch of light sauces, and lettuce. And this view, I'm just looking down here in the valley. Can't beat it. I'm gonna get back to it soon. So I totally missed on yet another yield to go on the trail. I just had my head down. I was powering through, and look at this little trail that you can barely see off to the side. Falls Trail. Okay. Man, look at, I don't know if you guys can tell by the video, but look how easy this trail is to miss. Oh, there's a little waterfall friend. At this point, I'm at the peak of the major part of the hike. I've got about halfway to go, a little less than halfway of the total trail. And it just opens up to the valley, and you just keep on trucking. Whew. Like I said, this part of the trail really has a bunch of surprises. Just make sure you stay on the trail and keep a lookout, because it's kind of deceiving. They got a bunch of yielding paths all around here. Oh. I think I hit the holy grail of the trail with all these waterfalls. Woohoo! Oh yeah! Everybody wants to go book those flights to Mexico and wherever else the destinations internationally. But just look right under your nose. There's some really good hikes. So this hike is all about waterfall chasing in a hidden gem in the Bay Area. I would not call them waterfalls. The hike has become more about an experience to me of challenging yourself and just exploring in your backyard. Well, I know I hyped up that this hike was all about waterfalls, but that's starting to become one of the least satisfying things about this whole trip. Oh, shit. Okay, back to I think we found waterfall number 4. And it's crazy to think that you can't even see where I came from. I am deep in Mount Diablo right now. I had no idea this mountain peak was so big. And that's why I kind of guessed at the beginning that I wasn't gonna see any people, because I chose the hardest hike on this entire mountain. So I haven't seen anybody after you yield off the main, easier trail to get to this falls hike. And does anybody know what the state flower is of California? We have it right here. It's illegal to cut them when you're doing your yard work, but we have the California poppy. So beautiful. I am so excited to see the grand finale waterfall. I did not think that there would actually be a waterfall the way that this hike was looking. People were calling them waterfalls. Little cascades at best. But let's go see. Maybe there's a pool I can jump in. It's hot, man. And I think we found the grand finale waterfall number 5. And if you're watching this video and you think this trail is too difficult for you, you know what? I know it's too difficult for me. And I have a moderate workout routine. I work out about 5 days a week. I lift heavy-ish weights, and I do about 30 minutes incline on the treadmill, real slow walk, about 3 times a week. Get a nice sweat on, hit the stop button, head out of there. But the mindset that I want everybody else to have that doesn't think they're capable of something this long, 8 miles long, is to think about it like a treadmill. A treadmill, you can hop on, hop off, control it. This, you have no control of. The treadmill, whenever you start feeling tired, that little part of your brain that tells you to stop, it's getting hard, go sit in your car, go get that AC, go get that meal that you wanted, go get that In-N-Out burger that you deserved. You don't have no stop button here. I like choosing hikes that give me no out. There's no parking lot I can go call an Uber if things get too hard. Because you start thinking about these things when you're hiking. You're like, man, you know, if it gets too hard, let me look on the map, on the trail map, to see if there's any point where I can just get off and call an Uber or a bus to get home. I've thought about that many times on many trails. But I get the fear of the unknown and the what ifs. What if this happens? What if you just get out there and challenge yourself? Obviously, go with a friend if you're scared. Share your location with somebody. But if you never take advantage of a nice day like this, I could have easily had 5 errands I needed to do today and just wasted my whole day doing errands, shopping. But I'm a procrastinator, and I choose the things that make me happy than the things that I need to do, and I'll keep pushing those off till tomorrow on a Monday. And I really think that this hike, terrain-wise, is top tier because it is very challenging, of course, but the spikes, the ups and downs, they're not just straight shots up and straight shots down. On the way up to the peak, you kind of have like this jagged edge of up and down, up and down. So it's never totally straining on one muscle group of your legs. It's a good variation in terrain and steepness. And you see, this is that mess I'm talking about. You mess around and not pay attention, you're gonna miss your yield. There's just too many out here. I don't know. Let me check all trails. I swear this hike's being longer than it needs to be. I've probably missed my cutoff on these trails about 4 different times. So I've jogged when it got flat to save and make up time to keep it as realistic as possible for just the average walker. I'm almost done. So it's staying true to about 3 hours. So let's see. Been seeing crazy wildlife, amazing birds. I got a turkey right here, deers. Look at this turkey. Hey girl, hey. Where there's one, there's many others. And I'm at that point in the hike where you're assessing all of your injuries. You know, you never know at what mile or marker of the hike where your shin's gonna start hurting, your ankle, your right back knee, your hip flexors. But right now, I feel pretty good. My left ankle is a little tweaked. I think it's only because I slipped at one point when I was trying to jog on a trail. But the assessment seems like we're all good still. My favorite part about hiking is taking the shoes off. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. And this is the face of somebody who is dreadfully tired. I can't wait to eat dinner and go to bed. But I would recommend this hike. It was hard. All trails was very right. I saw about 7 waterfalls, I guess you can call them that. And just some things that I wish I did bring in my backpack were some just high sugar snacks like dried mangoes, or some like fruit snacks, or some healthy like beef sticks and honey packs. I wouldn't mind stopping at like a coffee shop and asking them for like a honey pack or 2, and then just a quick little jolt of energy. So as I thought, the hike did have a very limited amount of people on it because I took the more difficult route than most people do in this entire mountain range. And I did finish at about 3 hours, but it took a little longer, like 3 hours and 15 minutes, because I stopped and I took some detours that I didn't need to take. And the elevation was true, almost 1,800 feet. So let's get out of here. We could check off one of my top hikes by far in the entire Bay Area, right here in Mount Diablo. Whew. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, share with a friend that you think that you could tackle this hike with, and stay tuned for the next one.